Now joining us in the loft this evening is Cape Town-based singer, songwriter and vocal coach, Jodi Fredericks. Known for her silky smooth vocals and performing across many stages and platforms in South Africa, Jodi is here to chat about her life as a vocal coach and specializing as a jazz musician and vocalist. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, girlfriend, I've already stalked you. I know everything about you.
As one does.
As one does in this job. You are just doing so exceptional for yourself from your days at UCT, child, to now. But take me to the beginning of it. I mean, we saw you as a top 6 semi-finalist in the SAMRO Overseas Scholarship Competition, in the jazz category, that is. And this essentially gave you that nice stepping stone that you needed. But I want to find out from you, your beginning of the journey. You know, where did it all start?
In church.
Wow.
I come from 2 very musical families, and no one previously, well, at least on my mom's side, pursued it. But music has always surrounded me. So I started singing in church, and I pretty much always knew that I wanted to sing. Like, this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So it started really young, and I sang in church, and I was in this little group with my cousins and my sister. And then I went on to primary school, and I started like 4 years old, 3 years old. Primary school, sang there, got to high school, took it more seriously. Also, finally, like, people took it more seriously as well. So I was in a new environment where that was now, well, working towards a music career was not something taboo. And then I went on to study, and I can't say I loved it, but I loved what I learned. I don't think anyone loves studying. If you love studying, teach me how. Please send help. And then I finished and was so blessed to get a job straight out of university as a vocal coach. And yeah, that's where I am right now. I've been writing. I omitted to say that I also went to Cape Music Institute for a year, and that's where I really delved into songwriting.
So it was the Cape Music Institute.
Absolutely.
Got you. Okay, so it seems as if your standing, your foundation is here in the Western Cape, so much so that in the very same year, in 2019, you also entered and walked away as the winner. We're only dealing with winners here in the studio. But you walked away as the Grand West in the jazz category as well, Jazz Open Mic Competition.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people try different competitions, they try different avenues to crack into the music industry. And this was it yours? How did you be able to navigate your way in the music industry after that?
Firstly, I don't like competitions.
Really?
So, yeah, I feel like that's the opinion of like 3 people, and that's not enough to base your gift or your talent off on it. So it's like, that's 3 people who feel a certain way.
Yeah.
I don't like competitions. And the open mic competition was something that I entered 4 times before winning it. So like, yes, I was the winner, but winners never quit. That's how I got there.
Girl, I feel you there, because for Presenter Search, I won my 2018 edition for Afternoon Express. But that was my 3rd time entering,
Exactly.
so I feel you.
And look at you now. Look at you now.
Look at you. Let's get back to you.
Yeah, so I entered that, and I won, and it was kind of weird because I felt like there was this expectation after winning.
Yeah.
However, after winning, my, I want to say victory, kind of got nipped in the bud by COVID-19. I still had a few gigs that I had to do as the winner, and a few things that I had to do. So that was kind of tricky, letting go of that and realizing, okay, you missed this, you can't do this, you can't do that. But I think this year has done so much redemption, I want to say, or brought so much redemption that I don't care. Those
but
are
you're not counting.
I'm not fixated on that anymore, and I'm not looking at it as something that I've missed out on, but rather it was more a halt to prepare me for what's happening now.
What you're saying is so powerful. You know, on social media, I was checking out Unomcebo Zikode. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's the vocalist on Jerusalem.
Okay.
And with Master KG. And she was saying the exact same thing. She was like, dude, we had this huge hit. Jerusalem was going across the world, but we couldn't tour. We couldn't make money off of it. Everyone, it was trending. So it almost feels like the music, it is a bit sad.
It's so sad.
But it also is very inspiring to see musicians like you pick up exactly where you left off and keep running with it. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, how you recover. So much so that you are a vocal coach. You are so passionate about the skill of jazz. I mean, first of all, being a part of a jazz ensemble is a whole lot of work. And you are not only part of the jazz ensemble, but you're thriving, you're doing your thing, and you're also passing on the skills to the next generation?
So at the tertiary institution that I teach at, the focus is contemporary popular music, which is ultimately a subgenre of what I come from, or gospel comes from, you know, that R&B popular music, and R&B comes from that, from gospel. So what I get to pass over essentially is my knowledge that I've been blessed to obtain at university, and like give jazz insight, but incorporating it into a popular music, contemporary world. I think it's great. I think when I started teaching, I felt very inadequate, and I was like, I'm so young. What am I going to teach them? They're not even that much younger than me. Like, what do I know? But I've seen that just by imparting what I have been blessed to learn and giving it to them, I've seen growth and I've seen change, and it's been really inspiring. I never thought I would, but I kind of love teaching. I kind of do a little bit.
But you're also releasing an EP 2022?
I'm not going to put a date to that. Let me look at all the cameras and say there's no date attached to the release of that EP. I'm still in the writing process right now. There's a lot of music that I always thought would be on this EP, but I've grown and I've changed, and I think the first message I want to put out has changed a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm now playing around with different concepts of titles, even though I had one that I was really fixated on. So I'm working on it, blessed to be working with Benjamin Jefter, who is an amazing composer, arranger, artist, everything.
Well, girl, let's keep it as a surprise then. But we're going to get you in the kitchen a little later, nah? And you know, not only are we cooking today on the show, but we love to engage with our viewers at home on social media. So we've got a social media question for everyone as we're building up to Christmas, and this is how it goes.
Okay.
Nothing says holiday time like a lekker braai. So what's your family's go-to? Is it A, a braai outside? Is it B, Christmas indoors? Or is it C, all the above? Both, honey. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. But coming up, we're making a Christmas fruit breakfast smoothie that you can enjoy both indoors and out. See you after these.